set, everybody?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this evening's Zoning Board of Appeals. We are now in session. I'm going to ask that you turn off your cell phones or mobile devices, or at least set them to silent so we are not interrupted. I'm going to start by introducing our board members. Down to my right is Jeff Sauer, Corrine Doherty, myself, John Bowner, as the chairman. To my left, I've got the Kens, Ken Jarvinen and Ken Scholes. And then all the way down the end from our planning department is our planning director, Mr. Brian Zakelli. This evening, we've got a reorganization with our board, and I understand we're going to have a motion to elect Corrine Doherty to our clerk.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to nominate Corrine Doherty as our new clerk for this year.
I've
I'll
got a
second
motion,
that.
and I've got a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Welcome, Corrine. And I'd like to say before we move on, Ken Scholes, our outgoing clerk, what a fine job he's done over, I believe, more than a year now, maybe 2. So, Ken, thank you for all your efforts there.
Thank you.
Also, board members, we were in receipt of minutes dated December 11th of 2023. If I could get a motion to accept those minutes.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
I got a motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
So we have one continued case tonight, and we have, I think, 3 residential new cases. And again, I think a lot of the feedback I always get from people is it's a little intimidating. They're not sure how things work. So we're here to help you. We're going to try to walk you through our process. When the clerk reads your case, I ask that you go up to the podium that's there at the back of the room. Please speak into the microphone. We are on Danvers cable. It allows people at home to follow along with us. Not only that, but it's important for the minutes that are created for this meeting. Once the clerk reads your case, go to the microphone, present what it is you're going to do or what you would like to do, what you're asking the zoning board members. I will then turn it back up here to the board. We'll ask questions of you. From that point, once all of our questions are answered, we will open it up to the public for comment or questions. Once that point of the meeting is complete, we then bounce it back up here for our deliberations. You will get a feel for how the board feels about your case at that point, and the requirements for vote for a pass, or if you don't have the votes, we'll try to advise you. If we think we can hammer something out, you can ask for a continuance. If we do take a vote and you're denied, you can't bring that back before us for 2 years. So I think I've hit all the points. And again, we're here to help you. So if you're not sure, say you're not sure. And again, please speak clearly into the microphone and announce yourself. And I will add, when you do come to the microphone, please announce your name and your address for the record. So with that said, Madam Clerk, if we could read our first continued case.
Our first continued case this evening is 55 Brooksby Village Way. It is docket number 23-5051. Request for variance under section 9.3B2 of the Danvers Zoning Bylaw to allow at most 21 storage containers to be on each site between September and January. We are in possession of an email from Nadine Bailey. From Nadine Bailey of Machia Law, addressed to Brian Zakelli. Dear Brian, Phil has been out sick with the flu for almost 10 days. He will not be able to attend Monday, 1/8/24 night hearing. Please put us over for the next scheduled hearing.
Okay, so we are requesting a continuance here. Could I get a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we continue this case to our meeting of January 22nd.
I've got a motion and a second.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Very good. Karina, our next case.
Our next continued case is 1 Prentice Road, docket number 23-5055. request a special permit under 9.2 to create an extended family living area in EFLA on an undersized lot of 1,800 square feet where 30,000 square feet is required. Additional relief is necessary as the proposed EFLA will be 944 square feet where 750 square feet is allowed by right, and an internal shared living space is required. Request made by Valerie Lagongakis Durantis.
Yes.
How'd we do on the name?
I'm sure I did not
Almost,
do
it's
well.
fine.
Say-
Happy New Year, first of all.
Happy New Year. If you could, for the record, you are.
Valerie Laganakis Durantis.
You say it way better than we do. Hi, Valerie.
Hello, 1 Prentice Road. So so the square footage is actually 899
Yes, I
'Cause-
think we went over.
yeah, we went over that.
There was a reduction in
because
the
he
number.
added the stairs, correct?
Yeah.
And then the last time we had the issue was with the second door in the front, which with the new plans, we closed that. I also put in pictures so you could see what I was talking about last time, because you couldn't really understand how
Yeah, so
the
I guess just walk us through the updates you've made since last meeting with us, which was the December date, I believe.
correct. So
And I think the board at that point, you didn't have the votes to pass it, and I think some of the feedback was
Yep.
removing the front door, and just give us a summary as to
okay. So what I did is remove the front door.
Okay.
And then the second thing we needed was the common space, which you had recommended, maybe putting a laundry room so me and my daughter could use one, and it actually was a great idea. She's very happy about it. And it's right in between the connecting door I have between the two houses over to the right. We also made a laundry area for both of us to use. I don't know if you can see it.
Okay, so the shared area now
Mm-hmm.
is this laundry room, and that's on the second floor?
Well, yeah, it's on my current house's second floor where my bedrooms are, and it's the doorway walking over to where my apartment will be, because my apartment's above the garage.
So it'll be between the two units.
Right, basically, it's the whole, it's where we'll all be sleeping.
So that's basically the two changes you made. You removed the front door.
Correct.
You made a shared area as a laundry room that's on the second floor.
Correct.
Anything else you want to present to us?
No, I think those were the only two issues we had.
Okay, great. I will, I'm going to send it off to the board for questions. So we'll start with you, Jeff.
I have no questions, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Corinne
I have no questions either.
and Ken J.
I have no questions.
And Ken S.
Thank you. So where it says common area, that's where you're going to have laundry?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Just doesn't show the laundry area. Okay.
It's
It's
right,
very, very small.
yep, it's right where, in front of the closet. It's in
Got it.
between the closet and the kitchen.
I got it. That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ken. I don't think I have any questions either. I think that's, so the square footage has not changed. We're still
At 899.
have an internal set of stairs on, it appears to me to be the
Mhm.
left side of the garage.
Correct.
And that door is the access to this as well as the laundry room,
Correct.
or the proposed laundry room.
Yep.
Okay. I'll go out to the public on this. Is anyone here for 1 Prentice Road would like to speak? Hearing none, I will come back to the board and we will deliberate. Jeff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think you will really like your laundry room on the second floor.
I know she will.
Good idea.
And thank you for, listening to our suggestions, and I think you have a better plan now than you had before. I will
Thank
vote
you.
for this.
Thank you, Jeff. Corinne?
I agree with Jeff. I think this is a much better plan, and I think having that common shared laundry space will be a great addition. So yes, I will vote for this as well.
Thank
Th-
you.
Thank you, Corinne. And Ken J.
I also will vote for this. I like the design is much better
Thank
now.
you, yeah.
And Ken Scholes.
Yeah, and I will vote for this. I was okay with just the doorway, but I think the laundry room is going to work out great. I'll vote for this.
Yeah, and Valerie, just so you understand, I also went back and I wanted to re-review our bylaw in the EFLA, and just for clarity, I think we have another one before us tonight, too. So our EFLA does state if there's an existing second front door, that's okay, but your existing second front door was technically on the side. There was an opening to access it. So that was why I was looking for removal of that. And again, as Jeff, I think, pointed out at our last meeting, we're trying not to have the appearance of two front doors on a single-family home. So I think you achieved that, and I too will vote for this. So if I could get a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant a special permit from Section 9.2 to create an extended family living area on an undersized lot of 18,000 square feet where 30,000 square feet is required. Additional relief as requested was proposed for the EFLA being 899 square feet where 750 square feet is allowed by right, and an internal shared space is listed as only the garage, and that the municipal water and sewer system shall not become overloaded by the proposed use. The public streets shall not become overloaded by the proposed use. The value of other land and buildings will not be depreciated by the proposed use. The specific site is an appropriate location for the use or structure. The use developed will not adversely affect the neighborhood, and there will not be an undue nuisance or serious hazard to vehicles or pedestrians, and adequate and appropriate facilities will be provided to ensure the proper operation of this proposed use, structure, and condition. This proposed use or structure will be in harmony with the general purpose of the zoning bylaw.
I've got a motion
I'll second.
and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? You got it. Good
Thank
luck
you
with your
so
project.
much. Thank you.
All right. Moving right along.
On the regular items,
Yeah.
the first docket entry is for Abbott Road, docket number 23-5057. Request a finding under section 3.11 to build a deck that will be located closer to the side and rear property line than permitted as of right on an undersized lot where 20,000 square feet is required and 3,858 is provided. Request made by Jean Cashman.
And I just want to make a correction there, Corinne, that's Abbott Street, not road.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Hi,
Hi,
good evening. Go ahead.
I'm Jeannie Cashman, 4 Abbott Street.
Hi, tell us what you'd like to do.
I would like to put a back deck on my house, 12 by 19. And I'm having, why I'm here is because I have a small lot, so I have to apply for the variance and the finding,
So it sounds like you're just encroaching the setback.
going towards the rail trail, correct?
And that's on the right side of the house,
The back.
the back side, where 15 is required, is this R2? Okay, yep. Anything else you want to present to us?
No, sir.
Okay. We'll start with you, Ken Scholes.
I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Ken J.
So that fence is gonna stay up, obviously, your fence?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, yeah, why would you take it out? I have no other questions.
Thank you. And, Kareem, sorry.
I don't have any questions, thank you.
And, Jeff.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So she doesn't have a rear setback or a side setback.
Yeah, that's what I was confused by.
Um,
Side setbacks needs relief too, right?
Yes. And she doesn't have a front setback either. or the
And
land.
the lots on the
It's a
side,
really
right?
small lot.
Yeah,
Okay, I have no questions, though. Thank you.
thank you. I'll just go out to Brian on this. So Brian, it's already a non-conforming, correct? And she needs relief from both rear and side setbacks, correct?
Correct. It's a finding for the side setback because that's already encroached upon, so
Got it.
you're expanding that nonconformity as you go out the back.
Right.
But they're introducing a new nonconformity.
New non-conformity,
in the
okay.
rear,
Which is a variance.
which is a variance,
Okay.
exactly.
All right, so it's two pieces here.
Yep, 2 votes.
Okay, I think I understand it. And Ms. Cashman, I was not able to do a site visit, but I'm assuming this lot, You said you have the rail trail out the back, is that what it is?
Correct,
Yeah, and it's fenced?
yes.
Okay. Okay, I don't have any questions, I guess. I'll go out to the public on this. Anyone here for 4 Abbott Street? Hearing none, I will come back. Oh, go ahead.
I have one other question.
Yep.
And it's to Mr. Sekeli. May I ask?
Yeah,
Mr.
sure, go ahead.
Sekeli? I noticed that on the agenda, it just mentions, I believe, the finding.
So the agenda was incorrect, but the actual notification in the paper, the legal ad showed a finding and a variance,
Okay, that's all.
which was the important part.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
They
that's what
actually,
I just
they
wanted to
actually caught
confirm
that, so, yeah.
Okay, so
Okay,
we are voting on a variance under
And a-
table 2 and a finding under
finding, yeah.
section 3.
For the side
Perfect.
setback.
Okay,
Thank you.
good.
Okay, question answered. All right, I will come back for deliberations, and Ken, I started with you.
I have no problem with this. I think it's moderately sized, and she's strangleholded by the size of this lot, so I'm okay with it. I'll vote for this.
Very good. Ken J.
But I'll vote for this too.
Thank you. Corinne.
I will vote for this.
And Jeff?
I will vote for this.
And I too will vote for this. I see this as very simple.
It's a tough lot.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Tough lot,
Small lot.
and I'm sure the deck will give you some nice outdoor space there. So with that said, could I get a motion, please?
Mr. Chairman, I move to issue a variance under Table 2 of the Danvers zoning bylaw to allow the construction of a deck that will be located closer to the side and rear property lines than permitted as of right on an undersized lot where 20,000 square feet is required and 3,858 is provided. This condition does not affect other properties or structures in the same zoning district, and a literal enforcement of the zoning bylaw would involve substantial hardship to the applicant. Granting this variance will not create a substantial detriment to the public good and will not nullify or derogate from the intent and purpose of the zoning bylaw.
I'll second that.
I've got a motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And finding, please?
I further move to issue a finding under Section 3.11 of the Danvers zoning bylaw to expand a non-conforming building on an undersized non-conforming lot, where the addition will still be non-conforming with respect to front and side setbacks, and that the extension or enlargement is appropriate in scale and mass for this neighborhood.
I've got a motion. Can I get a
Second.
second? Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Very good. Good luck with your
Good luck.
project.
Good luck.
All right, Madam Clerk, if we can, we're on a roll here. Let's keep going.
Next item on the agenda is 22 Princeton Street. Excuse me, docket number 23-5058. Requested dimensional variance under Table 2 of the Danvers zoning bylaw to encroach on the front and side setbacks to accommodate a new 2-car garage with associated storage space. The lot is undersized, 30,000 square feet is required, and 379 is provided. Request made by Robert Russo.
Hi,
Good
good evening.
I'm Robert Russo, 22 Princeton Street.
Welcome.
How are you?
Good. What is it you'd like to do?
So I'm looking to add on to my existing property and to add a 2-car garage. As you'll see, it's 24 by 24. I have an existing 1-car garage that's there now. I'm sure many of you are aware it's a Campanelli-style home. The existing 1-car garage that's there now houses basically all my HVAC equipment, electrical service, everything like that. So the game plan was kind of to close in the 1-car garage and then to add on the 2-car garage to the right of the property. I don't meet my front or side setbacks, so I'm here to ask for variance on both of those.
Okay. Anything else you want to present to us?
I guess the only other thing is my neighbors on the right-hand side that I'm encroaching on, Mr. and Mrs. McGurk, they've approved of the design and
So you
the
spoke with your
encroachment.
neighbors?
I did, and I
Yeah.
also provided a letter with
Yeah,
their
is there-
approval from
There
that.
was a letter
Yeah, yeah.
permitted, okay. And so I take it that is, well, it doesn't list an address.
It's 24. It's the most,
24
it's the most impacted abutter.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
right at the bottom of that letter.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Okay.
I have a copy if you
No,
want.
it's all right. We've got them up here. Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. We'll open it up to questions. And Jeff, we'll start with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, the plot plan we have here, the pinch point there is the 10.2 feet on the back corner of the garage.
Yes,
Does that include the eaves of the roof?
it does.
Okay.
Scott
Um,
took that into account when he was,
We like to try to get at least half of the required setback,
yep.
you know, so.
So if you look at the house now, on the right-hand side of the garage, the eave would be basically just a fascia board. There'd be no overhang there,
Okay.
just to prevent that.
Mhm. Okay, thank you very much. I have no other questions.
Thank you, Corinne.
I don't have any questions at this time. Thank you.
Okay. Ken J.
I don't have any questions.
Okay. Ken Schultz.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I take it, so all these numbers on this plot plan are setbacks, correct?
That is correct.
So for the house,
In the distance,
the
yeah.
front of the house is 32.6 to the road.
Correct.
Gotcha. So if you had to slide that back, you'd be encroaching more on the side setback, I take it?
Yeah, so originally it was, the plan was to kind of make it level with the
house.
existing now.
Right,
We can't because you'll end up hitting the property line the further
Right.
back you go.
gotcha. That's all I have, thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Mr. Russo, I mean, it's probably more of a comment, but this garage looks like it dwarfs the house. But I guess I'd ask, how large are the garage door openings each? Am I correct to say 9 feet?
Yes, yep, they're 9 feet wide.
So
They're-
that's 18, and then it looks like we've got, you know, another 6 feet somehow adding to that building. I guess my question is, did you look at, and this is R2, correct?
This
R3.
R3, so what's 20 side foot?
20 inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you look at potentially a smaller garage or something not as wide or not as large?
I did. So basically for 2 pickup trucks to fit in it, I need a minimum depth of 23 feet for the vehicles. So to,
23?
yep,
Okay. So you're saying, well, a pickup truck's not 23 feet long.
mine out front is. It's 21, like 2 feet,
So
or
you-
21 and 10 inches.
So you're only gonna have 1 foot on each side of the truck when it's inside?
Yep.
I have a 24 by 24 garage, and it's tight with a
Yeah.
van and a regular-sized car.
I have a F-250
Yeah, it's
Super Crew.
And
bigger
what,
than mine.
the roof height on this structure, it looks like taller than your existing garage, correct?
By 2 feet, yep. The new height is 14 feet, 6 inches, I believe.
That's to the peak or the
Fort-
midline?
14 feet, 4 inches to the ridge line, or to the ridge vent.
14.6, is that what you said?
14.4.
14.4. Okay,
I actually do have one
Yeah.
question.
well, hold on, I wasn't done, but,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I just, what's the overall square footage? I guess it's 480, okay, 24 by 24. All right, and, so what is the plan on the existing, garage? To enclose it?
Yeah, so basically to get rid of the garage door that's there now, and to make a entrance door there to get into the mechanical room.
So that'll be living space, heated, or?
Nope, it'll be like a utility room. It'll have my boiler, furnace, electrical service.
But those items are already in there?
Those items are already in there. That's why that one-car garage can't be utilized now.
Okay, thank
Yep.
you. Corinne, you had a question?
Yes, when you were working with the architect to create these plans, did you ever consider that little kind of like breezeway that you said houses some of the mechanics, of making that smaller so that you could, I guess, push the garage back and make it more in line with the house?
It's not really.
Did you ever have those conversations?
We did. It's not really feasible the way that it's built now. It has an LVL truss going across on 3 different parts of it. So in order to do that, they would have to basically take it all the way back to where the house starts, redesign that, and then we'd have to rip up the concrete there and redo the whole thing.
I see.
Why would you have to take out the concrete?
Basically to make it so that it's one level floor, or one even floor, one slab for the garage.
So it's a step down currently?
It
No.
is. There's about a 6-inch step down.
Okay, I just, for me, I like the garage, I like the house. It just seems as if, excuse me, the garage is so far forward.
Yeah, that's the same thing. I'm
Yeah, it's about, from the front of the house, it's about 14 feet. From the front of the existing garage, it's about 16.
So, Mr. Russo, so will this require a change in the curb cut? Or is it already cut?
We would probably go with a curb cut, make it more grass than what's there now. I'm not sure if, Brian, if you could show what's existing now.
Yeah, well, I'm familiar, I drove by. But you realize you do have to go through the DPW to change the curb cut, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So it's all pavement now.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, so
pretty much
is it-
paved now.
If you look on A1 on the left bottom,
Well, it's gonna be kind of where that fence area is, right? The white vinyl fence will be
that's where the
gar-
garage would be.
Right.
So if you look on A1 of the drawing, we're proposing bringing the grass out closer to the garage.
Yeah, ripping up the stuff in front of the old garage.
Exactly.
So you'll re-landscape in front of there.
Yep, it'd be a whole new walkway to match.
All right, well, I don't have any additional questions, I guess more for comments, but any other board members, any follow-up questions? I will go out to the public on this. This is for 22 Princeton. 22 Princeton Street. Nothing? Okay, I believe I started with you, Jeff. We will deliberate.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. You have a tough spot here. We all agree on that. I think your house would have a lot more curb appeal if you could get that garage to go back. But we're not designing it for you. We're just trying to approve the variance. So you have half of the required 20 feet, so I would vote for this. But, like I said, if it were my house, I would try to lop off some of the breezeway and slide that garage back. I think the house would look a lot better. But
That was my first.
Hold on, we're deliberating.
so anyway, I will vote for the side setback because
are a
it's
yes.
at least half of what we need.
Thank you, Jeff. Go ahead, Corinne.
I agree with Jeff on both counts. I will vote for this. However, I think if you eliminated a little bit of that breezeway and moved the garage back, you would be much happier.
Thank you, Corinne. Ken J.
I'll vote for this too. It's probably, I see the predicament there with the old garage where all the mechanicals, all the utility stuff. And, so yeah, I have no problem with this. I'll vote for it.
Thank you, Ken J. Sorry, Ken S.
Yeah, thank you. I don't really care for it being this far forward. I think it looks a little weird. But the neighbors at 24 are okay with it. I'm okay with it. They have to look at it.
Thanks, Ken. I feel like, Mr. Russo, you're creating your own hardship here. I don't see why, as Corinne pointed out, you couldn't squeeze the structure that's existing down and move this thing. I'm okay with it being into the setback. What I'm not okay with is how far forward it is. I think it looks odd. I don't like it, and therefore I'm not gonna vote for it. You do have the votes, however. So, if I could get a motion, please.
Mr. Chairman, I move to issue a variance under Table 2 of the Danvers zoning bylaw to allow the construction of a new garage that will encroach on the front and side setbacks on an undersized lot. This condition does not affect other properties or structures in the same zoning district, and a literal enforcement of the zoning bylaw would involve substantial hardship to the applicant. Granting this variance will not create a substantial detriment to the public good and will not nullify or derogate from the intent and purpose of the zoning bylaw.
I'll second.
I've got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. You got it. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
All right, Madam Clerk, if we could.
And the last regular item this evening is 1 Winthrop Street, docket number 23-5059. A request of finding under section 3.11 of the Danvers zoning bylaw to construct an addition that will be located closer to the front property line than permitted as of right, and will also be closer to the front property line than the current house. This is a non-conforming due to size where 20,000 square feet is required and 13,073 is provided. Request made by Joseph Mazzacchia.
We got it?
Yeah, you did.
All right.
Yeah, not bad.
If you could, for the record, you are
Joseph Mazzacchia.
Mazaccia. How are you?
Good.
And your
Just
address?
for the record, my wife was going to come up and do the talking, but as you can see, she chickened out.
Okay, and your address, please.
1 Winthrop Street, Danvers.
Welcome. Tell us what it is you'd like to do.
Well, what I'd like to do is I'd like to add a garage. My former house had a garage. We don't have a garage where we are now, and so my wife could park the car in the garage and add a little living space for her and I. The kids are grown now, and we're kind of invading their space. So I decided to have something drawn up, and that's what we came up with. We didn't want to push it back so it would look funny. We wanted to keep it even with the front of the house so it would go straight across, and with the front setbacks, they changed, so we don't meet the front setback, we meet the side and the rear. I think we're 2 feet off. If there's a plot plan I had drawn up, full plot plan,
The last page of the packet.
surveyed.
No, right here.
Okay, continue. Is that it?
The plans
Oh, yep, that's it, that's the plot plan, sir, yep.
Okay. So this is an addition, but it's really an EFLA, I
Yes.
think is the way I understand it from our planning director.
Yes, it is.
So, yeah, they're applying, saying that their EFLA is completely compliant, so they're just looking for a finding to expand an existing nonconformity. Yep.
Okay. All right. If that's all you got to present, I'll open it up for questions. Ken, we'll start down there with you.
I don't have any questions right now.
Okay. Ken J.
So what is the shared area between the UFLA and the rest of the house?
The shared area is gonna be the mudroom, going from one section to the other, and on page, going from the main house, there's gonna be a breezeway, like going into on the right side,
Okay.
the door, and then that's gonna be shared, and then I'm gonna go left and into the apartment. And then there'll be a garage in the middle.
Okay, mhm.
And then the second level, there's gonna be stairs for heating systems, storage, and a family room, which will be accessible from both sides.
So that will be shared as well?
Yes.
So you adding a front door?
I'm adding like ever see a garage with a door in the middle? So you
Yeah.
could enter into the garage. So when you enter into the house, you'd be entering next to the garage door.
Okay.
So it would,
All right, yeah, I see. So that's sort of like the other one, but it's still, that doesn't signify a front door, correct? Sort of more like a, well, it does look like a front door.
Ask your question, Ken.
Yeah, so I guess you're adding another door that, on the front of the
like a door to a
establishment.
breezeway, actually.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. Thank you.
Any other questions?
I have no other questions.
Thanks. Corinne?
I don't have any questions, but I do have comments, so
Okay.
I'll wait until the comment.
Very good. And Jeff?
I have no questions, Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Yeah, so I think kind of expanding on what Ken, I just want to make sure I've got this right. So page 5 of your document here, I show a doorway from the front, and that leads, it looks to a set of stairs.
Yep.
Is that what you're calling the
Well-
common area?
There'll be a couple of stairs going up because you have to go in to get into the main house.
It's all
There's a window, which would be the access to the first floor. See, there's 3 stairs in the breezeway.
I see him.
You have to go up there so you can take a right into the main house.
So where's the entrance into the main house? I guess that's the part I'm not
It's
seeing.
not here, so it.
There'll be a window, there's a window.
Yep, remove existing window and large opening for a door. So this is gonna be the door?
That would be the door where the window is.
Okay. And then, you would walk around the back, I guess, to this, and this will access into your kitchen.
Correct.
This is the mudroom, well, this back, if you look on the screen, that's the mudroom. Whoop, here, correct? This is the mudroom towards the back as you go up?
That is correct.
Okay. But the top of this is the back of the house, correct?
Yep.
And so I think what Kim was alluding to, which I am also alluding to, is, the EFLA bylaw does stipulate no second front door. So when I look at this, when I look at page 1 of your drawing, I see 2 front doors. So what did you consider as a different access point for this EFLA besides this doorway?
If not, then they would have to apply for a special permit. I guess if you're saying you wouldn't accept it anyway, there might not be a point, but if they're essentially gonna be deviating from it, they would then the only way you could allow them to deviate from it would be through a special permit. So they either have to take it out as part of this finding procedure, or they would have to potentially reapply as a special permit to keep it.
All right, but we're saying that it's a fully complying EFLA, and I guess I'm questioning that.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Okay. Because I don't see this as a fully complying EFLA. If it did, it wouldn't have 2 front doors.
Okay.
And I'm not sure I want to force you into a special permit situation, so I guess I'm just asking if there's an alternative way to get in this unit. I think the shared mudroom's fine, but is there another access point that you can come up with besides this second front door?
There's a rear door, right?
There's a rear door into the living room. Or is that a?
Right, is that the,
What's this?
Yeah.
that's the other doorway, I guess.
What's this door out the back?
There is a door going out the back, yeah. That's a door going out the back for both sides.
So that's how they could get in.
That's a
without
shared
doing- without
entranceway
doing
to the
that-
backyard.
Without doing anything.
Well, Again, I guess I can save for comments, but I don't look at this as a complying EFLA with the second front door. I mean, the bylaw clearly says we don't want two front doors. I think you might have heard it referenced in the case earlier. The whole idea is
The
we're
door
trying
is
to,
access, you know, if we wanted to go into the garage without opening the garage door, you would access through that door. I
Yeah.
mean, I've built many homes and I've had a garage door with a door, so you can access into the garage.
no, I understood, but again, I'm just going off of what our EFLA specifically spells out, which is no two front doors. That's what we just had the applicant earlier
Right.
remove from her design. She had something
The only
very.
difference is this wouldn't be going into the apartment. This would be going into the garage.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be going into the front of the house or the front of the addition. It would be going into the front garage. So if I wanted to get something out of the garage, I could just unlock the door and walk into the garage rather than have to open the garage door and go into the garage.
Okay, well, I think you answered my question, so I think you're telling me there's no other spot.
Yeah.
Okay, any additional follow-up questions from the board?
I just have one.
Yeah, go ahead, Corinne.
What is the square footage of the EFLA?
It's on the plan, ma'am.
Seven,
I think it's 700 and,
I think it's 748 for living area. And you don't count it's 748 a living area, so it's underneath, it's compliant with the 750. The family room, which is the whole second floor, is shared space and is not part of that.
What's the size of that, though?
I mean, it's the whole floor.
Okay.
It's probably
748
another,
square feet.
yeah, it's probably another 740.
It's a 50 by 30 box, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
1,500 square feet,
And-
including the garage and the,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
so it's
It's
doubling the size of the structure.
yes.
Any other questions?
No, that's it, thank you.
Anyone else?
I have one
Yeah,
more.
go ahead, Ken.
This will be on record as an EFLA?
Yeah,
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
Okay.
registered, deed restricted.
Wanted to be sure.
Anyone
all I
else? I'll go out to the public on this. This is for 1 Winthrop Street. Hold on, if you want to speak, come on up to the mic and identify yourself.
My name is Bert Eisen. I own 11 Winthrop Street.
Okay?
I'm in favor of this addition. There are only two houses in that block. There's number 1 and there's number 9. They're between Poplar Street and
Yep.
Lindell Hill. It's a large space.
Okay,
So
and
I-
you're in favor.
I'm in favor of it.
Very good, thank you. All right, anyone else here from the public? Hearing none, I believe I started with you, Ken.
Yes. I'm okay with this. I'll vote for this.
Okay, Ken J.
Yeah, I'm having a tough time with that door, because it does look like a front door. I know it goes into the garage, but, I mean, I think you could,
Well, hold on, we're deliberating. We'll hold your comments, please.
I mean, you may be able to use one of those back doors, and then I know you gotta do some navigating, but you could get into the garage different ways. I'm just having because by our standards and stuff, like, what we expect from an EFLA, this isn't what we expect. So oh no, I won't vote for this because of
Okay.
the door.
Very good. Corinne?
I'm having some trouble with this plan as well. Not only the door, but just the plan itself. I know that square footage, it complies, but it looks like a house and a little space and then a second house connected to it. I just don't like the plan. I don't like the door, and it's not really, it's not really the typical EFLAs that we deal with. So I'm a no.
Very good, thanks, Corinne. And Jeff?
I would vote for this. I mean, he's here for the setbacks, and he's designed the building. Yes, it's encroaching more on the front setback, but it's in line with the original house, and to my mind, it's no more encroaching, really, than what was already existing. So, I'm a yes.
Okay. I'm also a no. I think, I just don't like the front door. I'm okay with the side. We're deliberating. Let us finish, all right? you know, I think the bottom line is, for me, you know, we've made several efforts that come before us not have a second front door. I think it's a rather large space, but as your neighbor pointed out, it sounds like you've got the room, you are encroaching a setback. I think I'm okay with that, but I'm just not okay with the front door. So you, hold on, so you don't have the votes currently. So what would you like to do? You can ask for a oh, come to the microphone first.
If I remove the door, you'll be okay with it?
Well, it sounds like, I think both Karine and I are not good with the door, but you are also not good with the size.
No, Ken.
I'm sorry, it was Ken.
Yeah, I'm not good with the door.
Yeah, so it sounds like that,
I'll remove the
Two more
door?
votes.
you will get it if you remove the door.
I will remove
But
the door.
we're not here to design it for you, though. I want to give you the
No, I
well,
understand.
hold
I
on, I
just
want to
thought it-
explain that we're giving you the opportunity. You can go back and rework this and come up with another door somewhere else. Whatever we vote on is what's going to be of record, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't have to be decided tonight. We're not here to pressure you into something.
I don't like
just
the
know
door either.
as presented, you don't have the votes.
I don't like the door either. I'll remove the door.
Okay.
So it's,
Go
wife
ahead.
will-
Hold on, let me hear from,
so it's really just a question whether you guys want to put a condition on put a condition on a vote tonight, or
Okay.
you have them come back with a new front elevation drawing and a new first floor drawing, which
well,
is
we could just say that the drawings are required to be updated. and-
that's what I'm saying. It's your choice, but those are the two options.
It sounds like you're kind of ready to get going on this project, and you don't want to, our next meeting would be January 22nd.
I'd like to get going on pricing it and everything. I know
Yeah.
everything's expensive and getting an idea
Sure,
of what it's
sure.
gonna cost and my subs and all that. Removing the door is not a problem. I don't even like the door there.
Well, again, we're not trying to design it for you, but we're, again, with the spirit of the EFLA, right, we don't want to have the appearance of two separate houses.
I understand.
Well, hold on. So if you want to be heard, go to the mic. But anyway, so, and I think, Jeff, I'll hear from you. You had a comment?
No, I was just saying that I would like to see plans. I don't want to
You
vote
just-
on anything hearsay and what, you know.
So I
and
think we would need an updated plan.
Okay.
And I would
And
think.
you don't want to vote on it without the update.
No, and I think they deserve to take a continuance and to work out with their architect, maybe, you know.
All right, it's
whatever they
only
wanna
2
do.
weeks.
I'm
Is
in a
2
hurry.
weeks enough for
And
that?
you'll be the first case heard, because you'll be the
That's fine.
only continued case for
Okay.
that night.
So, Chair,
And-
All right, hold on. Yep, I'm getting hit by all sides here. Go ahead,
so
Brian.
I would say that then what we would need, which is a very easy change, would be a front elevation.
Yep.
With the door off, and then a first floor plan with that door off. And then those would be the plans that they'd be able to approve.
Okay,
So just those two sheets.
all
Yeah,
right.
I'll
So
just have
what,
it redrawn.
so we'll make a motion tonight to continue this to January 22nd. We'll need those updated plans the Tuesday prior to that, so that all gets distributed out to the board.
Okay.
So that's a week from
And it
tomorrow.
sounds like you get a favorable
That's-
vote if you're able to make those changes.
That's pretty tight, though. Your architect can do that?
Right.
Yeah, my architect can do it.
Okay.
Okay,
Just
Mis-
Yep, go
just
ahead,
One
Karine.
other thing.
Yeah.
If you notice, when you remove the door, you still have the windows and the other detail above it. So you might want to have your architect, like, look at that and maybe make a change there as well.
Put a bigger garage door in. or-
Maybe.
It may be
Maybe
a
expand
benefit,
this,
other
yeah.
benefits you're not seeing, and that's why we don't want to rush into this tonight.
Oh, no, I'll probably just put a bigger garage door there.
It's up to you, whatever you want to
You
do.
know, it's gonna be a bigger
I
door.
bet you wish you had the garage this
It's
weekend,
gonna be
huh?
a bigger garage door.
Okay, sit tight for a second. All right, so I think we're all in agreement here. So could I get a motion for a continuance?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we continue this case to our meeting for January 22nd.
I've got a motion, could I get a second? Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay, and just have the
you.
plans into us the Tuesday prior. Thank you.
And listen to your spouse.
Yeah.
She can present next time.
Yeah.
Could I get a motion to adjourn,
Well,
please?
sorry to
Oh, wait.
break the party. I
Hold on.
got to break the party up for a second. Two important questions.
Sure,
So we are now doing legal ads for the February 12th meeting.
yes.
We need to know whether what's the general plan for where we're going to be meeting from here on out. So there's
Okay.
two questions tonight.
Yes.
January 22nd, our next meeting.
Yep,
FinCom has this room. We will most likely get punted from this room
okay,
and probably go back to the senior center for the 22nd by no fault of our own.
okay.
However, so that's not really a thing. That's just letting you know. We will lose that battle.
question there.
And
So-
we will
So
get
our
moved.
next meeting on the 22nd,
Will
and
most
this
likely-
is important for you, this
Yeah,
will
will
be
most
held
likely-
at the
it'll be at the
senior
senior
center, not
center.
here.
I will let you know,
Okay.
though. I'll contact you.
Stone Street.
Yeah, yeah.
Stone Street.
He's been great helping me with this.
Yeah, he's all right, we'll keep him.
The next thing, so for 212,
Yep.
we need to know tonight
Yep.
whether we'd like to keep in this room or go to the.
Well, I'll strobe the board, Jeff.
Yeah.
Here or senior center?
I think the important thing is whether the public can hear us, it's quiet, whether the AV stuff works, whether, that's the important consideration I
will-
think we should have.
Yeah, so you would like
It's
to
no
stay?
more or less comfortable here than there, but I think it's noisier at the senior center.
And, so you're a yes for here?
I'm for here.
Yes, Corinne?
I'm for here.
I agree, I am for here as well, I just think it's, it lends itself
It's
for
certainly easier to
a
hear.
better presentation by the public as well.
All right.
Ken?
It's smaller, I mean, so a large group's gonna have to, I mean.
More
it-
All right, we'll pack them
Yeah,
in,
we'll
super
pack 'em.
spreader event.
Yeah, I'm for here, yep.
Ken, all right, so it sounds like we're unanimous, we'd like to, Ken Schultz is,
Great. So
yep.
moving forward, we'll be here, except for when we get punted for some reason. We know that's
Which has
happening next
happened
week.
when we were here before.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was certain events we had to move to the senior center.
All right, so I'll confirm with everybody moving forward, but I'll email you to make sure as well. But as of right now, it looks like it's senior center next time, and then hopefully
The
here.
12th,
Okay.
the-
we're
the-
back here.
Yep.
So plans the
good.
Tuesday before,
Senior
and we'll
center.
see you at the senior center on
And,
the 22nd.
Brian, anything else?
That was it.
Yeah.
Okay, motion to adjourn, please.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
And seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Good night, Danvers.
Good night, Danvers.
Right.